Game of the week action now. Ryken hosting Bishop Ireton. Knights down 10-7 until the start of the second half. When? As Kyle Goddard takes the kickoff, he has a little room, and he gets in the open field. And he's going to go. Kyle Goddard takes the opening kickoff for the second half for a Knight touchdown. That lead would be short-lived, however, as the Cardinals were on top late, 22-21 with a minute to play. Knights facing fourth and forever. Hail Mary. And the Ryken crowd trying to support their team as they're going for it on this fourth and forever. Oh my goodness! Ryan Bowles not only converts the fourth down, but Ryken scores! Shock on the Bishop Ireton sideline. Euphoria here at Ryken. That amazing pitch and catch from Ryan Bowles to Kyle Goddard gave Ryken the lead for good. They win 27-22 in dramatic fashion.
Here now with Ryken head coach Jerry Franks. Coach, you improved to 4-1 on the season. Boy, you had to earn it tonight, didn't you?
It was a very tough game. I thought that Bishop Ireton did a nice job against us, and we had to hang in there, and our kids never quit, and that was the story of the game. We came back at the end and won it.
It was sort of a bizarre game in the sense that they turned the ball over 6 times. I thought you guys couldn't really convert on those turnovers, couldn't turn those turnovers into points, so they were able to hang in the ball game. But really, you dominated the game. The score didn't seem that indicative of the game to me.
No, I agree with you. We dominated the game in many aspects, but we couldn't put it in the end zone. And that was a problem that we had last week as well. So last week we had to settle for 2 field goals, and we were down 4 times inside the 15, could only get the ball in once. So tonight, it was a similar type thing. I thought that we moved the ball well, and had a lot of yardage, but we just couldn't put it in the end zone.
High drama on that 4th down to basically win the ball game, 4th and long. Take me through that play and sort of what you were thinking there and the play call.
I don't remember how many yards we had to go. It was 4th and a long distance, and so we just took out 4 verts and said, let's throw it up and go with a Hail Mary.
High drama. Hail Mary, Ryken. Hey, man, he was shining down on us tonight, huh?
He sure was. We certainly appreciate it.
Switching gears now to the college scene. St. Mary's College men's basketball program has set a new unprecedented standard for their program, getting a #2 national ranking in the preseason, highest in school history. But the Seahawks have seen success all across the board in athletics. So what's the secret down there in St. Mary's City? I asked Coach Harney and the gang.
A successful college athletics program involves really getting coaches to commit to stay in one place. If you look at the Salisburys, the Mary Washingtons, the really established D3 programs, they've been able to hire coaches and keep them there a long time, and that's what I want to do. Here. It's kind of our next goal as we're looking at it, because a coach that's been around for a long time can hit the 3 areas. They can make sure they're doing the job in the front end of recruiting, they have successful winning programs, and then the alumni and donor relations part in the back end. So it's a full circle. And so the longer you can keep successful coaches in place, the better. And we're starting to see the payoff of that through our men's basketball program in particular. Men's lacrosse had a breakthrough year last year. And Coach Hasbrook's been here for a while, and he's a recruiting machine as well. So this is what we're striving for now. And then I see, looking into the future, I see the next 4 or 5 years really we're working on our outdoor facilities. We've got some exciting plans and potential opportunities for our new outdoor stadium that would involve a turf field and a Bermuda grass surface as well. It's kind of a double-sided stadium. So that's in the plans, and that's what will hopefully be the next, kind of marker for the next 5 years and where that will take our program.
We definitely have a bright future ahead. We're looking, at hopefully in a few years having a new turf stadium, and getting that going. And I think that's something that will really propel us to the next level and really put us in competition with the rest of the conference schools, having that turf field and the new stadium. So, and this year we're looking to webcast our home athletic events, and we've been on the social media with Facebook and Twitter and developing interest there. So yeah, I'm really excited about, being here back at my alma mater and seeing how well they've done since I was here to now and all the successes they've experienced.
Coach, an extremely successful season last season with the Elite Eight appearance. I'm sure expectations for this upcoming season are probably going to be even greater. How do you sort of deal with those expectations and keep your guys focused coming into this season?
Yeah, I mean, there's expectations in everything, when you're competitive. I like to think I'm a competitive person, but I also think it's important to keep things in perspective. I try to put the focus on our players and not so much on, what's going to happen in the season and what's going to happen in the tournament. I kind of preach to the guys, even in the game, to really focus on the next play, not the score or the outcome. So I think you got to practice what you preach, and I kind of do that as a coach. I'm just focusing on each day, trying to get better, trying to make our program better. I do a lot trying to improve my professional development. I interact with a lot of coaches. I go to a lot of clinics. I'm trying to make myself better as much as I ask my players to get better. And this summer was great. I did a lot this summer, and I learned a lot of new things and picked up a lot of new ideas. So I'm excited going into the season, try to implement some of those things, and it's just fun to see the guys come back. The freshmen move in today on campus, and it's a really exciting moment. Moms are crying, and sometimes dads. But I'm moving them in, carrying boxes. As soon as I leave here, I'll be going to do that. And it's neat. I have the best job in the world. I get to move them in when they come in as freshmen, and I get to give them a hug and see them off when they graduate. And I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Next time you're here, Coach, we'll break down some of the incoming players that you just mentioned and some X's and O's. But right now, I want to take you a little bit off topic and get into athletes getting in trouble in athletics right now.
Sure.
I mean, everywhere from the pro game to the college game, you see kids getting in trouble left and right. As a coach of a high-profile program, how do you try and police your kids with staying in line and not getting in trouble off the court?
Well, in many ways, coaches, especially at the college level, really at any level, you have to be a parent almost, and you have to get involved. You have to get directly involved with your players, and you have to be honest with them. They can see through things, so you have to be straightforward and honest. I think you have to be fair. I think it's again, like teenagers, if you make these ultimatums in stone, someone's bound to try and break them just to spite you. So I think you have to be fair and open, and again, communicate with them and let them know that you're there if they need to come talk to you about things. And more importantly, I think you really have to be a mentor. You have to be a mentor and show them what's right and what's wrong, but not do it in such a way that it's like you cannot do this. And again, I've scraped my knee and made a million mistakes, and that's how I learned what was the right thing and what was the wrong thing to do. And I've had a lot of great mentors help me along the way. So I think that's the role of a coach. And I think some of these athletes, where you see things going on that are negative, I think a lot of times that's a situation where there's no communication going on maybe with that athlete, or somehow they're getting lost in the mix of maybe it's just they're not getting the right attention. But I think even today, like teachers, coaches, we're really in a important position, because we're molding, these young men and young women, at a point where they're learning what's right and what's wrong, and we're a critical piece of that, trying to show them the right way. So.
Well, definitely a testament to you and your program, because your kids conduct themselves really classy off the field and of course on the court as well. I'd like to thank Chris Harney, men's basketball head coach at St. Mary's, for being on the show.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Hilltop Signs and Graphics for our set. You like this set, Coach?
I do. I love it.
Pretty
I like
snazzy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, you got everybody up here.
That's right.
That's sweet.
You guys are up there, too.
Yeah, oh, I know. I see the hawk.
And thank you for watching Southern Maryland Sports Journal with me, Travis Thomas, exclusively on MetroCast Channel 10.